I'm Julianne, I'm 29 years old, and I have a paralyzed vocal cord. Probably weren't expecting that. Maybe you were. Maybe you know me. I was not born with a paralyzed vocal cord. Actually, I was born with a half a heart, which is tied into how I got a paralyzed vocal cord. So, being born with a half a heart, I was born with a 2-chamber heart instead of a 4-chamber heart, which is like a normal heart. It's called hypoplastic left heart syndrome, if you want to look into that and do some research if you're interested. So I've had 5 open heart surgeries throughout my life. The first one I was 4 days old, and my last one was when I was 18 years old. So during the first one, the surgeon accidentally cut my vocal cord, which severed it and paralyzed it. And that's why I talk like this. And it's an interesting experience. I do like my voice. I don't like how raspy it can get or a lot. It can get raspy. I don't personally hear the raspiness when I talk, which is very interesting. Like, I didn't know I had any raspiness until I start making YouTube videos and listening to my voice and being like, that's not how I hear my voice. And I know everyone hears their voice differently because the sound waves we hear when we speak, the sound waves go up to our ears instead of bouncing off the walls, which is how everyone else hears it. So I do wonder if speaking into a microphone, would that be as accurate as how we actually hear our voice, personally? I don't know. I've always wondered that. I've never looked that up. But, yeah. That's why my voice is different. And it's been an experience. All throughout my life, people have asked, what's wrong with your voice? What's wrong with your voice? What's wrong with your voice? What's with your voice? So, and everyone's been really nice about it, too. When I tell them, oh, I have a paralyzed vocal cord. And they're like, oh, holy crap, I'm so sorry. And it's so sad to see them, do this roller coaster of emotion, because it's whoa, it's cool, it's fine. You're just curious. You're not asking me because you're not asking me because you're insulting me, you know? I really do think it's more about the tone of how people ask than how they word questions, because there's just a lot of things in the world that we just don't know and we're curious about, but the only way to understand it, or not the only way, but one of the main ways to understand it and learn about it is asking. But if we don't know how to ask the right way, I don't think there's any right way to ask someone. Yes, there's a time and place, and maybe you have to get to know someone before they can open up. But with me, it's I don't mind people asking me what's wrong with my voice. They're just curious, and I've never felt like anyone was attacking me or maliciously. The only, it has stung here and there, but this sting goes away, that feeling, you know? And most of the time, honestly, now thinking of it, most times, the stingingness of the question is usually when someone asks me through the internet, you know? Because you don't know the tone of, you really don't know the tone of the question when someone comments it, you know? And you just have to assume, oh, they're curious. And most of the time, 99% of the time, they are. And they're really nice about it when you reply, and again, I think people just, I don't want to make people feel bad because they're curious about my voice, you know? And it's cool, you're good, you don't have to go on her emotional train ride, your roller coaster ride, feeling bad because you're just curious about what's wrong, what's different about my voice, you know? You're good. Calm, relax. I remember, and this all started again, my voice, my vocal cord was paralyzed when I was 4 days old. The doctors actually told my parents that, like, oh, she probably will never speak. They also told my parents, oh, she probably will never walk. I'm walking. Hello. And take your child home. And after, like, the first open heart surgery, the doctor's like, well, we did all we could. Just take her home and she probably won't survive over 2 weeks. Which is really horrible to get, to hear that as a parent about your child. But I proved them wrong on all of those 3 accounts. I am alive. I am 29. I can walk and I can speak. And I think that's great. And I will say, don't get me wrong. And this isn't like, oh, thank God I'm alive situation. No, God had nothing to do with this. God, I don't care if I am a spiritual person. I'm not gonna get into spirituality, but God did not. No, there was no God in this situation. It was me and the surgeons. And honestly, I am so thankful for the surgeons that dedicated their life, their time, their effort into acquiring the skills and knowledge to help people like me and others surviving to have a healthier lifestyle. And like, to actually live, you know? So thank you immensely to surgeons, and we really appreciate it. Like, I know a lot of surgeons, like, effort gets somehow pushed on, like, they're like, yeah, I don't know how to word this correctly in this moment. It's funny because I'll turn off the camera and be like, oh, I know how to word this now. But like all their efforts is like pushed on God and be like, oh, thank you, God, for all this. And it's like, what the heck? The surgeons. Thank the surgeons, you know? Like, what the heck? The credit, that's the word. God gets all the credit for surgeons. Thank you, surgeons. I hope you receive all the credits you do deserve. And you definitely deserve way more than you get. So if you're a surgeon, hi. And if you're happen to be my surgeon, hi. Hello. I don't know. I don't, whatever. That's personal. So yeah, I remember. So going back to my voice, I do remember the first time I've ever heard my voice, like, on a recording. Because growing up, like, you know, you didn't have, like, cell phones, you didn't, like, record your voice, like, every day or anything, you know? And it was in first grade. We were doing this class project where everyone in class recorded a fact. I don't remember exactly the project, but I remember my line was about was it about bugs or was that Robert's line? I had a friend. One of the lines was about bugs. Now thinking of it, it might have not been mine. But I do remember being like, so the project, you recorded a line, a fact that you really liked. Mine probably was about bugs. Maybe it wasn't about bugs. I really like animals, so, because it was like something about bugs in soil. I don't remember the fact. This was first grade, so many years ago. And we had like our parents and our guardians come into class and like listen to this presentation that I recorded. And I remember hearing my voice and being like, what the heck is wrong with my voice? Like, I genuinely had that same reaction that everyone else has been asking me. Like, that's my voice? Like, oh, that makes sense why everyone's asking me this question. Because, like, when you're little, I knew I had a paralyzed vocal cord. I knew that's, like, the answer to the question, and I knew it, like, biologically, it makes sense to me. But, like, I didn't have that missing link as actually hearing my voice, how other people heard my voice. And now, like, listening to that when getting that opportunity, it was like, that makes sense now. I understand now. And I think that's like after that, it's like, oh, yeah, that's cool. People ask me, yeah, I had the same reaction. Totally understand. But now I'm like so used to hearing my voice because I'm a YouTuber now. I game, I make videos, and I just gotten used to my voice, and I really like my voice. Again, I wish it wasn't as raspy as it was, but I still like it. I wouldn't change it. Again, I would change the raspiness a little bit now, but I wouldn't change my voice, you know? It's my voice, even though it's technically not my biological voice, it's still... It has become my voice. But I think that's really neat. So yeah, that's about it. Again, everyone's been pretty nice about it. I do, the times that I do feel kind of weird is like when I tell people, they'd be like, oh, what's wrong with your voice? Like they're generally like, oh yeah, there's something wrong, what's wrong? And I'm like, oh, I have paralyzed vocal cord. And they're like, oh, well, your voice is so sexy. And I'm like, what? That doesn't add up to what you had the first reaction to. I've had like 2 people tell me that. And I'm like, what? Like, your voice is sexy and raspy. And I'm like, thanks, but you literally less than 10 seconds ago was asking me what's wrong with it. And I don't think, like, logically speaking, I don't think anyone would ask someone that they had a genuine reaction like, oh, that's a sexy voice, would be like, oh, what's wrong with that? You know? So, like, those are the times, and those are, oh, so gladly I got those when I was, like, over 18. Actually, I was 18 when I got my first one, that someone did tell me it was a sexy, raspy voice, and I'm like, you're an old lady. Don't chill. I mean, I guess I was 18 by then, but it's like, this doesn't feel right. Something feels wrong. Go away. But yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah. Honestly, the reason why I made this video is because hopefully this video blows up and I could promote my gaming videos. So I'm a gamer. I just started gaming. And if you're interested in me and listening to me more and getting to know me more, maybe check out my gaming videos or any of my other videos on my channel. I have over 800 videos. I'm sure there's some that you might enjoy. And if you end up not enjoying my videos, please don't watch it. You know, your time is worthy and you should spend your time. Spend your time in a way that you think is worthy enough, you know? Just don't. But if you do find my videos enjoying and you like me and you end up liking me, and I will say, the more you listen to my voice, the easier it will be easier to understand it. So that's a plus. And maybe you'll end up really liking it. So yeah, I think that's where I'll end it for today, for this video. So yeah, go check out my gaming videos and my other videos if you want. I've been making YouTube videos since I was like 12, 11. I started off making Webkins and Wizards 101 videos on a different channel and kind of grew into this vlogging style, and now I'm gonna go into a gaming style. I mean, I do all sort of stuff. So yeah, I hope your day is going good and it's lovely. Hope your day is lovely. And if it's not, I hope it gets better. Okay. See you soon, hopefully. See ya. I don't know.